Hi and welcome to the video for Android EMM enrollment. Today we will be going through some things with you, and firstly we will do is explain a little bit of what is enterprise mobility management, and then we'll move on to what you would need to set up your devices and connect to Mobile Guardian, and then we would be setting up your Google Workspace account and connecting Mobile Guardian and your Google Workspace account together and enrolling the devices. So firstly, what is Enterprise Mobility Management, or better known as EMM? Android EMM allows schools the ability to exercise full management control over Android devices. The full management enrollment option is for school-owned devices, and schools can enforce the full range of management policies on the entire device with full device control and silent application installation and removal. Okay, and then a few things that you would need. You would need a Google Workspace account. Your organizational units or your OUs needs to be set up with the student email addresses, a factory reset Android device, and access to a Mobile Guardian dashboard. All right, so let's get started. Okay, as I previously mentioned, what you need is a factory reset Android device and access to your Google Workspace account. And within your Google Workspace account, you will need your organizational units set up with the student email addresses that will be using this enrollment. Right, so once we have logged into our Google Workspace account, on the left-hand side, we would select the tab for devices. And then from there, we would move to mobile and endpoints. And from there, we would go to settings. Once we have selected settings, we would select firstly the universal settings option. This is just to ensure that there are no other mobile management set up on the Google Workspace account. And if there is, there would obviously be some problems when enrolling the devices. So once we have selected universal settings, we select the general tab over here. And then, like I said, this is just to ensure that there aren't any mobile management set up on the Google Workspace currently. All right, so once you're in there, you would navigate here where it says mobile management and ensure that it says unmanaged. Right, from there, we would move again to the same line where we were previously in settings, and we would go to third-party integrations. Once we're in third-party integrations, this would bring the list of organizational units that have been set up by you for the students that would be using the EMM enrollment. So what we do then is go to that specific organizational unit that you have set up, and once in there, you would see it would say Android EMM. Third-party Android mobile management is currently not enabled. This would be correct. So from here, we would select the pencil on the right-hand side. Okay, if we bring up a new window where we would select the checkbox and where it says Enable Third-Party Android Management. Right, then from there, we would go to Add EMM Provider, and it will take you to a token generator. Right, from here, if there is no token that is currently generated, you would click Generate Token. Alternatively, if there is one, we'll copy the one that is there. This token is very important as we will need this when setting up the EMM enrollment on the Mobile Guardian dashboard. From here, we will click the X in the top left-hand corner and we will select Save. Once we have selected Save, it will tell you that there's no EMM provider added, but we'll click on Save anyway. Okay, as you can see, it is now changed to enabled. What we can also do is do a hard refresh on the Google Workspace account in order to ensure that the settings have taken effect. So once we do the hard refresh, we can go back to that organizational unit and we can see that it still shows as enabled. From here, with the copy token, we go to our Mobile Guardian dashboard, right? And then we will navigate to settings and select Android settings. Okay, from your Android settings, you would select G Suite account enrollment, right? And this is where we're going to do the Android EMM settings or the Android EMM enrollment. From here in this box, we would add your Google domain admin email address, and we would paste the token that we have just copied, right? And then we would click enroll. Once it has enrolled, we would see the enrollment type and the administrator email address would appear here. What we would also do is set the default application runtime permission, which we would set to auto grant, and the system update policy we would set to automatic. Okay, these settings over here can be changed at any time. For now, we will leave them all off and we'll click on save. Okay, so now the EMM settings are saved on the Mobile Guardian dashboard. What you can do as well is go back to your Google Workspace account, right, and do another hard refresh over there, just to ensure that it has saved and now displays Mobile Guardian. So we'll scroll down to our organizational unit that we selected earlier, and as you can see, it says now third-party Android mobile management enabled with Mobile Guardian. So this part is now binded, and we can continue with the manual setup on the devices. Right, and we're back. So from here, we would start with the device itself, and we would be greeted with the sign-in screen for Google. From here, we would then have to enter the email address and the password of a student that has been added to the organizational unit. So from here, like I said, we would add the email address in, and then we will continue the installation of Mobile Guardian on the device. Right, so I'm entering the email address over here, and then we'll move on to the password. Okay, then we'll add in the password over here. Right, and then once the password is added, it will take us through a few steps that we need to acknowledge on the device. This is sometimes dependent on the device itself, where a couple of screens might vary, but for the most part, they are all fairly similar. Right, so then what we'll go through, you will see it will say your account is managed and that your IT admin uses mobile device management to enforce security policies, which we would obviously accept and click next. And then it would start getting ready for your work setup. Okay, and also depending on the device itself is how long obviously the installation will take, depending on the resources available on the devices. Some tablets are a bit faster than others, and some obviously a bit slower. And then you'll be greeted with the how will you use the phone, which would be for work and personal. In this case, we would be selecting the work option so that the device can be fully managed by the Mobile Guardian application. Right, so we select the use for work, and then you'll be greeted with the Mobile Guardian application over there, and then we'll go finish. So we'll keep your work apps at your fingertips. That's what it's saying over there. And currently it says this device is in private, your device activity data, app permissions, and so on. We'll just continue over there. And then we'll be going through your Google services, and which we would obviously accept. And then it will ask you to manage your device, open this application, which is Mobile Guardian, and then we would open the application. So it will take you through to the home screen of the device, and then we might just have to slide down from the top and select Mobile Guardian. Right, and then from there we would need to scan the QR code from the Mobile Guardian dashboard, which I'll show you a bit later. And for just remember that once we have scanned it, we can enter the name of the device that if you so wish, and then we can also need to select please accept the privacy policy and terms and conditions before we activate the application. Okay, and then once we activate it, it should load us into the Mobile Guardian application, right? You can finish the setup. Okay, and then there would be some permissions that we would need to obviously enable in order for the Mobile Guardian application to work correctly. One being the location settings, and the other is the admin permissions. Right, so that's what we're currently doing over here. Okay, and then the Mobile Guardian application will be open, and we would click on the menu, click on the above screen, and you would see that the application is installed and the device is enrolled onto the screen. Okay, and as I explained earlier, in order to scan the QR code for the device, we would be on the Mobile Guardian dashboard. You can go to Devices, and then we can go to Add New School Device. Okay, the default one would be iOS, but we would be selecting Android, and then we could scan the QR code. Or you could enter the account code, which you would find over here. And if you do scan the QR code, that code would be added to the device, right? And then once the device is enrolled, we would be able to go to all devices, and you would be able to see the device. As we know, we gave the device the name, and that name appears over here, and this is the device we have enrolled. Okay, and if we go to students, the student that we have added, the details are over here, which shows that the student and device have been enrolled to the Mobile Guardian dashboard. And now all you would have to do is manage the device from the Mobile Guardian dashboard. And well done. You have now completed the enrollment of EMM Android device to the Mobile Guardian dashboard. And from here, you just need to manage the device through the Mobile Guardian dashboard. Right, so you just have to remember that you need to do this for each and every Android device that you're going to enroll, and ensure that your OUs are set up with all the information. So well done again, and I will catch you on the next video.